Hello and welcome to a new series on the channel that I'll be putting together for the driver's room. Each week we'll be taking a look back at the best overtakes, on-track battles and spills from the new Acelith Design Endurance Championship. Round 1 was at Spa and featured a lot of close racing. So without further ado, let's take a look back at some of the highlights. Straight into the end of lap 1 saw Smith make a great cutback on Berkey, having got off to a slow start, passing him through Stavilo 2 and up towards the bus stop. Riding on board here with Gadget on lap 2, and we see Jaeger, Nat, Martin and Flapjack all fighting ahead. Gadget seizes the opportunity and goes around the outside of Jaeger through the complex and makes the move stick. Now onto a bold move from Berkey here in his Peugeot RCZ. The purple machine first looks up the inside of Senna, then gets a better run out of Jackie X and is able to pull onside down the way to Pouon, making the move stick under brakes. A couple of laps later and we ride on board with Flapjack here, again looking up the inside of Senna, but actually making the move stick before we even get to Jackie X. A small wiggle of the car and he's able to go round the outside. Another strong move from the M4R boys. Number 5 and never being one to miss an opportunity, Ben seizes the chance to pass Senna coming out of Lecom, following Gadget through down towards Radion. The two Supras combining there to pass the big Mercedes. Then coming out of Eau Rouge, he's able to make the move stick on Gadget as well, completing the double pass along the Kemmel Straight. Group 3 gave us a lot of overtakes along the Kemmel Straight, and here's a quick recap of a few of the best. Smith on Sean, coming out of Eau Rouge, gets a much better run in his RXV. He's able to ease past before we get to the Com chicane. Flapjack manages to do the same coming out of Eau Rouge, pulling right up behind Gadget along the straight before pulling to the inside and easing on past. Then in a repeat move a lap later, Flapjack does exactly the same to Senna, pulling first to the left and then to the inside, passing before they even get onto the straight. A much later pass in his RXV, Jaeger pulls to the inside just before Lecom, manages to make the move on Ben, just about managing to make the corner. And finally another one from Flapjack that makes him 3 here, really showing the power of the Supra along the straight. Pulls up behind Berkey, who moves to the inside to try and block the easy pass. But Flapjack has the extra power and the toe in hand, breezes on by, just slowing it down in time for the corner. Back into the action, and this next one might be my favourite of the lot. Jaeger first tries around the outside of Senna and gets hung out to dry, then tries on the inside and can't find anywhere. He settles in behind, gets a good line through Stavilo 1 and 2, giving himself a better run along the straight up towards the bus stop, pulls to the right, and the two cars go side by side, nearly making contact once, twice and a third time before he manages to get the move done. Smithy might beat that in the other RXV. Down into Puon behind Sean. He moves to the outside, knowing he needs to get past quickly in order to chase back down the leader. He then moves around the outside into Campus and makes a move 1 before quickly getting onto the back of Berkey, who's had a small mistake. In almost a carbon copy of the movie completed on lap 2, Smith then cuts back onto the inside. Is able to use the power of the RXV to drive past the Peugeot on the way up to the bus stop. More action from Berkey, this time with Gadget. He's chasing the yellow Supra down into the bus stop chicane, pulling up really close under braking, taking a wider line through the second. He's able to get on the power early and push past that Supra on the way up to La Source. And turning the corner, we see DJ Rice coming out of the pits. In a quick decision, Berkey moves into the slipstream, then out, able to use that extra speed to get past on the way down to Radion and make the pass before Eau Rouge. Riding on board with DJ, we see the Peugeot appear in the rearview mirror before shooting on by with the overspeed. DJ even having to ease off slightly from that bold move and then getting cut in the wash. Another one between the two purple cars. This time Jägernack goes around the outside of the bus stop. Berkey again is able to cut back, and as we see in the cutaway, is able to re-pass Jägernack up towards the Source. Later in the lap, we see the two cars again on the Kemmel Straight fighting for position. Into Le Com, the two cars go side by side and just make contact. And then moving again right later in the lap. So Jägernack, having lost a bit of ground to Berkey, really pushing both cars go wide prior to the bus stop, picking up penalties. Both cars again then make errors and in their haste forget to burn the penalties. So we see Jägernack stop on the line as Berkey comes past to take the checkered flag. And whilst all that was going on, Martin and Gadget were having their own final lap battle. Martin pulling up right behind Gadget along the Kemmel Straight and keeping tight through Le Com, keeping the car really clean. And makes a dart move to the inside. He's able to push past under braking, round the right hander and down the hill. But then later in the lap, Martin gets it a little bit wrong through Stavelot. Running wide, having to come off the power. Giving Gadget the opportunity to come back at him. He picks up another penalty, just for good measure. But rather than sit behind, Gadget seizes the opportunity to make a pass round the outside through the bus stop, blocking the apex and stealing a position on the last corner of the last lap in the race to the line. And that's it for this week. That's your top overtakes from round 1 of the Acelith Design Endurance Championship at Spa. Hope you enjoyed it. Give the video a like, maybe subscribe to the channel if you think you really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think of those overtakes, which one was your favourite. Me personally, I like the Smith one and the Jägernack one the best, but I'd love to hear what you think. And see you next time. Thanks a lot.